Hello, my name is Pat Fitzgerald of Fitzgerald Nurseries, and I'm coming to you from Plantarium in the Netherlands 2014 and the new Irish correspondent for Gartenvideo.com. And my host and my interview here is Markus of Lubera. Hello Markus.
Hi, Pat.
Markus, I met you last year.
Yeah.
And we had some good time having some dinner.
On the show and afterwards.
On the show and afterwards. And we had some good time. We had dinner and you showed me all about your wonderful new berries and fruit crops. Can you tell me a little bit about Markus? How did you get interested in this whole side of horticulture?
As a young man, I was interested in two things: literature and farming horticulture, so very different things. And the people who knew me in literature, they didn't know about the other side of me, and people who knew me as a farm boy didn't know my other side. So at first, after school, I studied literature, German literature, and after 2-3 years, it was not enough basic for me, so I changed to the other side and became a horticulturist.
So you wanted to get your hands dirty?
The hands dirty and more based on this earth.
More with the land.
Yeah.
So you set up a business based on your passion for growing things.
Yeah.
And can you tell me a little bit about Lubera? How did Lubera develop then out of this passion?
When I started first, of course, I was interested in fruit and top fruit, apples. So in the 90s, beginning of the 90s, 20 years ago, we started to introduce new scab-resistant varieties from the eastern countries to Switzerland. And I tried to bring them into professional fruit culture. It didn't work because they were so used to the varieties, you know, also nowadays, Gala, Golden Delicious, and they didn't want to grow more resistant varieties. Why ever? So that's the reason I changed to gardens, because I had good varieties which are perfect for gardening, resistant, better to eat. Nobody in the professional fruit culture didn't want these varieties, so I went to the home garden market and concentrated mid of the 90s, end of the 90s, 100% to the home garden market, where we have different criteria which are important. Not kilogram are important, not picking ability, not transportation is important, but eating quality is important, easiness of the product, resistance of the product, and it's also good if the product is a little bit different.
Yes, so we are selling food by the kilo now, you're saying, whereas your strategy and your passion is for selling food by nutrition and beneficial value.
Yes, of course, yeah.
So can you tell me something about some of the actual plants I see here?
Oh yeah, we have so many new things. This year, for example, we have these foreberries. Foreberries we have bred from seeds of wild foreberry from the States. Foreberries are Ribes aureum, Ribes odoratum, and we have selected in the last 10 years 3 black foreberries. We name them foreberries because they have blooms. Blooms have perfume, they have fruit, and in autumn they have some autumn coloration. Those are the name foreberry, 4 advantages with this fruit. And this year we're introducing the first orange variety.
Oh, very
so
good.
we have now 2 colors. We have the orange one and the black one, and we are already working on the next generation because these ones have the size of a red currant, and these ones have about double the size of a black currant. Of course, we want these now bigger, but this will be another 5 to 10 years.
So until you introduced these foreberries through Lubera, would European gardeners have tasted the foreberry before?
No, in Europe it wasn't. It isn't a crop who wasn't interested. In European gardens we have the currants, normal currants.
Yes.
But they have no Ribes aureum. You see the plants sometimes in motorways in the middle way.
Yes.
They're planted as hedges, but they were not selected and planted for fruit quality and bloom quality.
So this is an entirely new fruit for the European gardener.
Yes.
And with different colors, I can assume that you've got different nutritional and antioxidant
No,
values?
they are rather similar to blackcurrants.
Very similar to
And
blackcurrant.
this one will be a little bit less because it has not the same amount of anthocyanins.
Okay, very good. So that is our 4 berries. Can you show us another crop which you think?
Another crop new in this year in our nursery are pointilla berries, dot berries we name them also. Because if you have the small fruits here, on the fruits, you can zoom if you want. You see small little dots.
Ah, okay, yes.
And so this was, botanically these are Eleagnus umbellata. There were some people coming here that this is not umbellata, so I don't know, but it's Eleagnus. And we found this crop in the west coast of the US. They are in the wild because they were introduced in the 19th century from Japan or China, and they're in the wild there, and there are also some varieties. So we introduced about 20-30 varieties. We tested which one are enough fit to hardy, which have the best quality, and selected 3 ones, 2 red ones and 1 yellow one. And the interesting thing in this crop is, the first interesting thing is they are nice to look at and good to eat in a time where you don't have anything other in the garden, in October, November.
Very good, yes.
So it's very different. They are now a little bit early because we forced them to have nice plants here. They are changing the color beginning of September. So the whole September, October, we have these nice shrubs with these colors in your garden. Secondly, they are good to eat. Not many wild fruit you can eat directly. These ones you can eat directly from the bush. You can also cook other things. And they have more lycopene in them as in tomatoes.
Very good. So we have something we can grow in our garden in a European climate. We can look at it as a hedge, we can look at it as an ornamental bush, or we can look at it as a shrub.
As always with Lubera, we are also trying to make them better. So we have already done about 2,000 or 3,000 seedlings, which are waiting in our nursery. So because we think we can perhaps make it even a little bit better or more compact, but for the moment we think we have very good varieties which give a new colors and new possibilities into the fruit garden into the ornamental garden too. And
into your control in the garden for your own enjoyment and your own food production. That sounds good. I really look forward, Markus, to bringing some of these plants to Ireland, and we will let them see how they like the Irish climate in production.
And how the Irish will like
and how the Irish will like these, of course.
Okay, thank you, Pat.
Thank you, Markus.
Verloren im Labyrinth, aber ich weiß den Weg. Hier geht's zu Lubera.com, zu unserem Shop mit über 5000 Gartenpflanzen und über 5000 Gartenprodukten. Hier geht's zum YouTube-Channel, da können Sie sich einschreiben. Hier unten, da geht's zu Gartenvideo.com, wo Sie viel einfacher durch unsere über 1500 Videos surfen können. Und hier geht's zu Garten.com, wo es mehr Garteninformation und mehr Gartenunterhaltung gibt. Und jetzt gehe ich weiter.